Good evening, everybody. I'm TJ, that's Adam, and this is Mayhem's Amigos. I said that tonight was not going to be an easy night.
That fact remains the same. At least the beginning. Anyway.
Well, with the news that I've got to break tonight, it's never easy to talk about. It's never pleasant.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a lot of people out there that will listen to the replay. There's a lot of people out there that will listen live that really love the person I'm about to talk about tonight.
Well, you either love or you love to hate. One of the two.
Love to hate it, yeah. But I mean, the most part, they love him.
Yeah.
They love his various different contributions in entertainment. And I know a lot of people are not going to love the news that I have been asked to deliver tonight. And I got to be honest, everybody, it's not easy for me either.
Yeah.
It's really not. I have not been looking forward to this since I found out the other day. It's you can ask Adam that the last couple of days have been rather difficult for me, personally, because I have to face this. And now is the time, unfortunately, and I have to face it now.
Yeah.
So, as everyone who's a fan of the show knows, Rage has been in and out of the hospital quite a bit recently. There was an undiagnosed brain issue. At one point, it was thought to be demyelinating. What I did not divulge, and I haven't divulged it until now, is there were lesions and tumors found on both sides of Rage's brain. And after getting this all the way to the top of the neurology department at Memorial in Springfield, Illinois, and getting a at least basis diagnosis, the lesions are still undiagnosed. However, the tumors have been diagnosed as non-operable cancerous.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously they can't go in and radiate the brain.
Yeah.
They cannot go in there and do chemo inside the cerebral spinal fluid. And they cannot go in and do any surgery, is what they're saying, to get this removed.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Rage the character. Everybody knows. If they don't know Rage the character, everybody knows Gavin Alexander the character.
Yeah.
I want to take a little bit and tell you guys about Larry Jennings. My friend, the guy behind the character. The guy who went through hell trying to raise a son that frankly disrespected him and did not appreciate him. Man who's been through multiple different relationships and each time wore his heart on his sleeve and had his heart broken. The man that I have stood across the table and fought with and I've stood across the table and fought against countless times for 20 years. The man who gave up everything else, everything important to him, literally just to entertain a group of people that never saw the behind the scenes and the toll it really took out of him.
Yeah.
This this cancer, I don't have it confirmed yet, but this cancer, to my understanding, will permanently retire Rage from the ring. He's not going to be able to get back in.
Yeah. It is a rare cancer, isn't it?
It is rather rare.
Okay.
It is rather a rare one, to my understanding. That's why it was so difficult for them to diagnose this in the first place, as it is very rare. It's not really ever seen. And for Rage to have this particular cancer, it's kind of unheard of, especially for a man 45 years of age, and I'm not going to say the greatest of health, but at least in functional health.
Yeah.
There is no word yet on origin. How did it happen? Where did it come from? I am going to post later on tonight, both on my personal Facebook page and on the Mayhem Unleashed network page, a GoFundMe for Rage and his family. I'm encouraging everybody to, pitch in what you can, help them out.
Give a little something if you can. Any little bit helps.
Yeah, even if it's $1.
Yeah.
I mean, pitch something in there, help them out. It's going to be 2 to 3 times a week for the foreseeable future. That now he has been transferred on an outpatient basis to St. Louis. The oncology department at the hospital in St. Louis they're requiring him down there 2 to 3 times a week. Their car is not in exactly the greatest of shape. They're having problems with trying to make sure that the to and from is even going to happen.
Yeah.
Rage's wife, God bless her. I mean, she's even taking a step back from some things. Like, I know last month she was supposed to leave for a promotion and go to Florida, and the whole plan was for the whole family to go to Florida together. And at this juncture, Rage is really not ready for that trip. So for those of you just tuning in, once again, let me go ahead and say it. As of Friday afternoon, a diagnosis has been made. Rage was diagnosed with a rare form of brain cancer. To our understanding at this time, it is terminable. Terminal. Yeah, that shows you how much I've been dealing with this.
Yeah.
It is non-operable. They are getting a consultation and getting Rage and his family are being transferred to the oncology center so Rage can receive more treatment, possible solution, maybe a possible cause. But as we have been informed at this point, the cancer that is in Rage, Gavin Alexander, Larry Jennings' brain, depending on how you know him, it is non-operable and is deemed terminal. We don't have a time frame.
No, you better believe that we'll enjoy every day we get with them, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've spoke with our broadcasting mentor, both of us. Ray Lytle was our me and Rage, our mentor, getting into broadcasting, and I've spoke with him. Um, I haven't received an answer yet, but I know that Ray has got his own stuff going on this week. And, of course, my prayers going out to him and his family while this happens.
Of course.
I'm not going to go into any details on that. That's for their show, Morning Disaster. You can tune into that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for free on Facebook, or become a subscriber and, help pay for some of the antics that they get into. Even if, but yeah, this hadn't been an easy one to deal with. Matter of fact, I was all happy. Like Friday, I was all happy. I actually got another job. I am going to be returning to FedEx. I was excited. I was happy. Everything cleared. I'm ready to go. I don't have to do a test drive. My numbers were reactivated. I was on cloud 9, and then
this.
I got hit with this.
Like, it doesn't matter how good you're doing when one of your best friends gets this type of diagnosis. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you just won the lottery. It brings you down.
Corey says he would start on the high dose Rock Simpson oil. The high dose THC oil has been known to do some amazing things. Couldn't hurt. Right now at this point, Corey, again, this is a brain cancer. I know that THC has done a lot inside the bloodstream as far as assisting with different ailments. This particular cancer, though, there's no telling how a straight THC oil, especially a high dose, is going to react. And the off-balance cerebral spinal fluid that Rage has got at this point. So, I mean, it's a great thought, but I would wait until a doctor says, yeah, try it.
Yeah.
But
thanks for thanks for offering something.
I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of people offering a lot of suggestions, and that's great. I briefly talked to Rage yesterday. It's been over the last 48 hours. It's primarily the communication has been between myself and his wife. Of course, he's dealing with his Facebook also being compromised. So he's not able to send or receive messages, and he had to turn off his profile, and it's all big a pain there too. She is I know she's in just a complete mess. We're trying to kind of lean on each other at the same time and pull each other through it because, again, Rage and I have been friends for over 20 years. And that's her husband. And that's the hard part about this. I mean, obviously, when I get a chance to have him on the show, just like when I can call Marvin and have Marvin on the show, and we need something that's not serious. And, Marvin is obviously one of my go-tos. But, I'm looking at the last couple of years, and there's been so many of them to a different cancer over the last couple of years. Mikey, RTQ, now Rage, Marvin on his way. We've just got a laundry list of people. I've got friends that I knew in school that they committed suicide. I mean, there's in the last probably 15 years, I have watched most of the people I know either pass away or I've watched them go to prison. And it takes a toll.
Yeah.
This particular cancer, this whole thing, I was so blindsided by it. Okay, here it is. His cancer is a high-grade glioma. They are going to and from St. Louis. They need help with travel and expenses, with bills, and unfortunately now at this point rent, as they have been displaced from their home. That's on the official GoFundMe, which I will be putting on the Mayhem page as well as my personal page. I'm going to ask any and all of you, if you cannot donate it, please share it, get the word out, try to help out Rage and his wife through all of this.
Now, for our listeners who maybe want clarification as to what Rage has, now knowing that it's a high-grade glioma.
Yes.
It's a malignant brain tumor that grows quickly and spreads easily throughout brain tissue, making it difficult to treat.
Which is everything that we have read on it to this point has been that it is quickly terminal.
Yeah. They're graded based on how aggressively the cells divide.
Right.
So being a high grade, it's a grade 3 or 4. So it's spreading quickly. So to treat
it's dangerous, yes.
Yeah. So to treat something that's spreading so quickly, you hope that you can treat it faster than it spreads, but even if you can just keep it at bay.
Yeah. And even keeping it at bay is a difficult task to begin with.
Yeah. But we've always known Rage to be a fighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's going to try his hardest to do what he can, but it's still a dangerous thing.
Yeah, I am like I said, okay, so as everyone can see now, I have posted the GoFundMe link to the Mayhem Unleashed Networks page and to my personal page. If you're one of my friends, please donate. get the word out. Let's do what we can. Try to help him out as much as we can.
Yeah.
So, as Adam was saying, yes, this is a very aggressive cancer. Loves the taste of brain tissue. And it's what, 90% fatal?
Yeah, like 90, 95
Yeah.
in that range, depending upon the grade, 3 or 4. Being that it's a high grade, it's yeah. So we're hoping to have as much time as possible
Right.
with Rage.
I mean, a year ago, just even a year ago, defiant, did not want to give up on his wrestling, did not want to give up. You know, his family is even sitting there saying, hey, it's time. And no, I got one more.
Yeah.
And when I saw him on the camera yesterday, I saw something in him that I have never seen. Defeat.
Well, I mean, as someone who's gone through a cancer scare, it's hard not to let the mind go there.
I mean, with this being what it is and how aggressive it is, and to give you guys an idea, when he started having issues in his first time into the hospital, we're talking about beginning of July-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now we're on our way into the middle of August, so we're right at about 6 weeks later. And this went from MRI, brain scan, all of that was clear, to 3 weeks later we were looking at lesions and tumors, to now currently the lesions and tumors have almost tripled.
Yeah.
So this is very aggressive. Trying to find my laughter about it even is, understandably, it's difficult as well.
And joking about it is hard enough, but when your friend, your really close friend, has it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've made a couple of off-color jokes. I really have. And I made them to, Rage's wife, who agreed that, yes, they were very off-colored, as she was laughing and saying that she kind of needed it. And I appreciate that she did. So like I said, the two of us have been kind of pulling each other as best we can through the fire on this one. I'm at a little bit of a loss here. I mean, I could go through some of the great things that Rage has given to Central Illinois. I mean, he gave everyone the guy everyone loved to hate. He really did. And he took that on his shoulders and he was proud of it. But he gave Illinois the guy everyone loved to hate.
It's like, I know the person that everyone knows as Rage, I've known him for about 2 decades. But knowing Larry, the guy behind the scenes, I haven't known him nearly as long. But he's always been a good guy around me. Good guy.
I've known
talk if you
I've
need
known
to talk.
Larry for 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
Rage to me is a nickname that I use out of endearment and affection.
Infection or affection?
Well, I mean, it's not herpes, so no, affection.
Yes.
It is a term of endearment that I use for, just the memories that we've got and a lot of the things that have happened. Everybody remembers the guy that would go up against machines. Everybody remembers the guy that wound up at the Sangamon County Jail.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the guy that had the whole ordeal with Herpopotamus. Everybody remembers the guy that would get in wrestling matches with anybody he could. The chair shots. The
Interesting fact I sent you, TJ.
Oh, okay.
So I had to look it up.
Yeah, the chair shots, the damages that we've all seen. We've all seen it.
It's like in regards to what Rage is going through, the 5-year survivor rate is 40 to 50%. So not nearly as high as we were led to believe.
No, I mean, and I'll be honest with you, from what I've been hearing about that, glioblastoma is probably the one that would match the best with how aggressive that was.
Yeah.
But no, everybody remembers the guy that yelled at millennials. Everybody remembers the guy that peed on himself chasing a tornado. Everybody remembers the guy that got into a war of words with different people on this show. Everybody remembers the guy that got locked in the BDSM basement. Everybody remembers the guy that looked at wrestlers and said, "Can you feel my prostate?" I mean, everybody remembers the guy that took the hundreds of chops just to fight childhood cancer, only to wind up with a rare one of his own. Yes, everybody remembers the guy that used his Fremunda to revive a squirrel, and the squirrel got hungry for nuts.
Yeah.
But not many people know the guy that walked up into a guy's house because he'd heard that man was beating on his wife and watched him chuck him through a window. Not many people know the man that took the last $5 out of his wallet and he put it into a children's charity with no one looking. There's not many people that know the man behind the character, and I'm lucky that the one behind the character has been one of my best friends for 20 years. Everybody knows the guy that was happy that I wound up with one of his exes and ended up with her being my second wife. Not too many people know the man that dealt with that and how pissed he was when I tried to explain it. And she didn't jump on me until after they were broke up. Let me get that one straight right now. Just the difference between then and now is now my current girlfriend was also seeing one of my friends, and I've happened to notice a pattern to this at this point. But I made her get me his blessing before we did shit. And I got his blessing. So, nah. I was smart about it this time. Damn it. But that almost ended a friendship. That almost tore Rage and I apart. But yet we worked through it. And not many people can say that they have sat in a room with him that was no bigger than the front, well, less room than the front part of my coach, when he hadn't had a shower for over a week. Headphones on, playing independent music, poking fun at each other, and locking the staff of said radio station out of the room so he and I could just go off. And we were in there for 6 hours.
Wow.
We went in there with, God bless him, we went in there with hardcore Rob Hansen. And Rob had a 4-hour show, and we were supposed to do the 4-hour show with Rob. We ended up taking 2 hours of the next time slot and locking Rob out of the studio, and just, I got the boards, we took control, and that was it. And we had just one hell of a time at Lincoln Land Community College on their radio station. We really did. Now, granted, I think I was banned from there after that because I did kind of instigate it. Me? No.
What? Get out.
But I'm surprised that Rage was not banned from that because, damn it, he was helping me instigate it.
I got to make a phone call real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. And that's, to sit in there, even though he was stinking, because he went from wrestling practice to the studio and he needed a shower and we just jumped in and went. But to be able to sit in there and laugh and have a great time and still handle the smell was, that's the guy. That was the guy I know. That's the guy behind the character. That's the guy it's been my honor and my privilege to consider him family for over the last 20 years. And I know that this cancer it's going to be a fight for him. There is no stage of this that has a high survival rate at 5 years. None. So again, for those of you that have tuned in, Rage has been diagnosed with a high-grade glioma. It is a cancer of the brain. To our understanding, it is terminal. We do not know time frame. This was a very rapid onset, 6 weeks. And it is at full spread. I fully intend to sit down over the course of the next probably month and compile a lot of some of Rage's best work and turn it into a special. When he is healed and doing better himself from his own medical stuff, I invite, hopefully if he's listening right now, I invite Ray Lytle to please work with me on that, and the two of us do it, as we probably know him better than anybody. And I would really like to enjoy that one. Thanks, Em. Yeah, it's I was matter of fact, I was on a camping trip earlier this year, and I ended up on a video chat with Rage. And anytime you are on a video chat with Rage, and there's people around, you can pretty well rest assured it's not going to go well. Matter of fact, it's going to go down the toilet quickly. So the two people I was camping with, one of them saw Rage, and she said something. He said something because she popped off at him.
That's not good idea.
Not really. No, she popped off at Rage. Rage popped off back, and I think what she said was something along the lines of, "Well, at least when I smile, I don't look like an over meth addicted crackhead," or something of that nature.
Uh-oh.
And I turned around and I looked up and I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Stop right there."
Yeah.
That is a friend of mine. He is a recovering addict. No. We don't go there. Ever.
Yep.
And I was told how I was wrong for that. And I'm like, no. I've got friends that are recovering from addictions all over the place, and I will stick up for each and every one of them while they're recovering. I mean, but it's their decision to do that. And Rage, I mean, let's face it, Rage dropped all drug use at the end of 2005. He has not done anything since then.
I mean, has he even like caffeine or anything since then?
I mean, no, he's a caffeine nut.
Okay.
I mean, the guy said
some people get technical, so you know.
Yeah, you're right. But he hammers his locos, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tom. I haven't figured out how I was wrong either. I mean, I stick up for my friends.
Yeah.
Now, behind the scenes, if I think they're wrong, I'll flat tell them, "Hey, you're fucking wrong." But in front of anybody else, I will stick up for them. Now, I don't think personally I was wrong at all for sticking up for Rage and saying, "No, this is not something I don't care what he looks like."
Yeah, recovery is a difficult thing, right. And it's an everyday thing.
I mean, I do not care if at that point he looked like a drug addicted Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. No, you don't pop off. Not with something like that, especially to a recovering addict.
Yeah. It's like you don't know what he had to go through. Maybe you should just be happy you didn't have to go through it.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. If I say something like that, but I was there during the recovery as he was getting off of it. I was there. Me saying something to him, only actually now I would have to say he looks like a sugar and caffeine addicted Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with multiple sailor tattoos.
2-2.
Yeah, exactly. Steve's right. Recovery is tough. Yeah. You cannot knock somebody in recovery. Mm-hmm. Here's the kicker. His drug of choice was any that would go in his nose.
It was more. He was addicted to more. Of whatever you got. More.
Right. And to go from where he was at to now 19 years later, I watched somebody about 4 years ago. Hey, man, I'm going to get myself a little more comfortable and drop a baggie and line out a line on his coffee table. And I watched Rage bounce that fucker off of 3 different walls before he threw him out the door. And I'm not talking like bounce, bounce, bounce with the head. I'm talking, Hulk smash bouncing off walls and then chucked this guy out the door like a Frisbee, threw his bag out behind him and said, "Don't ever fucking come back to my house."
And nowadays, how often do you hear someone being like going through recovery for that long of time?
Yeah.
It's just you don't.
Yeah.
Usually it's a few years and something happens. To go 19,
Yeah.
19 so far, keep going. Just saying. Keep going.
I'll be very honest with this news. I wouldn't begrudge him.
I know.
I wouldn't begrudge him. If he was to look up, say, "Man, I'm going to slip," do what you got with the time you got. Yeah, I mean, Steve's been down that road. I mean, I'm recovering. I'll admit that I'm going through a recovery myself. You see, I used to be highly addicted to masturbation. There are days I just want to go into the bathroom at work and whack it.
Just crank one off in the middle of the day.
Yep, like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Okay, I feel better. Don't work that way always. All right, so you've known the character for 20 years. You guys that are in the chat room, please go ahead, and I want to start hearing, what are some of Oh, thank you, Steve, for getting the laughter going again.
Yeah.
I'm addicted. Be right back. What are some of your favorite Rage memories? I mean, and I'm actually gonna hook up I'm gonna see if I can get the audio to come up for a couple of my favorite ones, and we'll share them and play them tonight. Give me a second. Go ahead. What's one of your favorite ones, Adam?
We'll see. Mine, just in general, are the rants. You gotta love those when he would just go off on people in the nicknames he would come up with for people. Yeah. The creativity was crazy, and just
I remember calling that ex-girlfriend of mine. What was it? Polly Princess. Oh, and she fucking hated it.
I mean, those were the things that I remember. Just in general.
Yeah.
But, with my epilepsy, my memory kind of gets weird. So,
Steve's like Sangamon County Jail, Regina.
Yeah. It's like,
actually,
okay,
I think I still have a picture of
there is the Herpopotamus saga.
Oh my God, yeah. The Herpopotamus saga. That is such a long laundry list. It still hasn't stopped.
No.
I am very interested, though, at this point to find out, when is he going to pay back Sarah Jane?
I don't know. Sarah Jane right now is happily married, and she's a nurse.
And she does not want his money.
Probably not. So
quick but very moist. Oh my God. Thank you, Steve, for the not so wonderful visual. I really hope you're not adding that to your cuisine tonight for dysentery for the pores.
He just went to paint a wall.
Oh, I know, right? Jesus.
Or a pillow.
This whole thing that I've got in here right now.
Yeah.
Wow. This is like one of the last playlists I did for Morning Disaster Network when everything was running. Like, this was a whole night that I programmed.
Well, I mean, if you go through it, and if you find one in particular that just kind of stands out, let's give it a listen.
Well, I'm actually looking for one of the best of clips.
Okay. Take it back old school.
I'm hoping that I'm hooked up to the right computer. Oh, cool. Great. All right. I need this one. No. Disaster phone? No. Damn.
Come on, TJ. I thought you were better.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Not that I can say anything.
I've got to find out where this is plugged in so I can start moving it around. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, the hard drive is not. It's not plugged into the right computer. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's let it load in here now. Now I've got it in the right computer where I can bring up some of the old stuff. Okay. Is it in disaster files?
The camera went
yes, Mayhem files. Ah, here we go. These are all, wow. This is probably, all right, I got to play this. This is probably one of my favorite Rage bits.
Okay.
This is probably one of my favorite Rage bits of all time. And I've got to tell you the background on this, okay?
Okay.
So the little fucker was supposed to be, goddamn camera, he was supposed to be broadcasting from a dumpster.
Okay.
At the Clinton, Illinois Casey's. And he was supposed to be in that dumpster. And every time the lid opened up, he was supposed to go like, feed me, or something of that nature. And like make it just freak people out from being in the dumpster. It's Halloween, right?
Even if he does like a Oscar the Grouch rendition.
Yes. Something. That was his job. Well, of course, he's got to get in trouble and get caught.
That is
so he had to come up with something. He had to come up with something on the fly. And not that fly, but he had to come up with something.
Yeah.
So this was the result of his brainchild. And it was one of the most creative things Rage ever did. And I was so impressed by it that it has become one of my favorite best ofs.
Yep. All right. Well, it sounds like we need to strap in for this one.
This is Rage's trip to the basement.
Hello,
Rage.
Man, I'm in some deep trouble tonight, man.
What are you doing?
No, you had me do that roving rage thing, right? I told you I was going to find myself.
Right.
I'm locked in a bondage chamber right now.
What are you doing in a bondage chamber?
He's finally getting sodomized. This is some scary shit.
What's going on?
I went into this bar, right?
Okay.
And I was going to ask some questions, try to find myself again.
Right.
These people, they were all wearing like black, and I thought, okay, it was like an emo concert or something. That's what I thought it was. So I thought I'd check it out. And no. I got led downstairs, and I thought, okay, this is where the good whiskey is. Maybe a little of that.
What do you
smoke.
Okay, first things first.
I gotta keep quiet a little bit, man, because this one person, she had like a full mask on with a ball gag in her mouth.
Wow.
And she started beating me with a belt. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? What is this shit?
We definitely need pictures to put on the website.
Does she have big boobs and they're hot?
Well, I couldn't really tell because I've been blindfolded until now.
Oh.
And this is some scary shit because I was like, so what are your thoughts about masturbation? And she goes, well, if you're gonna do that, you better call me master and you better sit on your hands first. I was like, I just wanted your thoughts on it. And then I was like, so what are your thoughts on anal leakage? And she goes, well, you're going to find out when I stick this tool up your tail and rip you wide open. I was like,
oh my Lanta.
I was like, get the fuck out of Dodge as quick as I can.
Did you? So are you trying to escape? I mean, what's going on?
Yes, I'm trying to escape.
I thought you were going to be roving rage today. Where are you at? You're stuck in a basement.
Now he's hiding rage.
Yeah.
No, this ain't hiding rage. Rage wants the fuck out of here.
This is crouching rage, hidden penis. It sounds like.
Dude, I swear to God, she's gonna come back in with some kind of belt. Says it puts the lotion on the skin, and it gets the belt again.
Wow.
That's some freaky shit. I wish I had a camera.
10 years ago, this would have been your fantasy.
Yeah, well, that's kind of not when you see people hanging from spikes and no, man, there was some like freaking no, this shit's crazy.
Hey, okay, now mind you, I'm going to interrupt this a second. Mind you, I want to bring this into kind of some perspective here. He came up with the idea. This is how well Rage and I work together when we get the chance, okay? He came up with this idea spontaneously. And me as a host, I'm thrown into the position. I don't know what to do. We had another plan. He completely fucked that plan all the way off. And he came up with this on the fly. And if you listen to it, it sounds like we planned it for weeks.
Either that or it's actually happening.
Or it's actually, and this is literally, like, I had to imagine it actually happening. And he came up with this just out of nowhere.
I do have a question from a listener for you.
What?
He wants to know if you've been trying tarps on his nightgowns over at Walmart. That is from listener Mikey.
If that is listener Mikey, is it listener Mikey Austin? He can fuck off.
That would be listener Mikey as listener Mikey Austin.
Well, he can fuck off because you know what? Yes, I'm big, but I'm not a fucking idiot like he is.
I'll take it easy. Mikey's actually a fan of the show. He's giving us pointers as we're going. He might actually join us. He might actually join us in studio just to torture you one day.
Well, that's all good and well. Speaking of torture, I'm looking through this crack in the wall, right?
You're not going to fit through it. You're too fat.
No. I'm watching this lady put hooks into a guy's back and lifted him up by a chain.
All right, dude.
That's a little kinky.
Yeah, that's a little. Oof. No.
I'm a little freaked out here. You know, I've watched the movie Strangeland before, and this is what it's starting to remind me of.
What are you doing watching that kind of porn?
No, Strangeland's not a porn. It's got Dee Snider from Twisted Sister in it.
Well, you know, I don't know if you're going to get sodomized in prison, but there's a pretty good chance you're going to be sodomized tonight.
Yeah. Are you trying to get out of there? I thought you were going to find people today, and then all of a sudden you're locked in the basement.
I was trying to find people. As I said, I went to this club, and it looked like, you know, like My Chemical Romance or something was playing. So I was like, cool, I'm going to go in here and check this out, and, you know, get some questions answered by the people for the show.
What I absolutely loved was the My Chemical Romance reference in this whole thing. Like, he's throwing out whatever he can to keep it going. And, you hear me and Mike both going, no, this is a little bit far even for me. No.
Apparently right up Rage's alley.
And what's even better is I remember going to see Chris that night after we did this show, when he was still working at the gas station. And Chris is like, what the fuck did Rage get into? And it was just like I was explaining the whole thing while Rage and I were laughing about it. I mean, this is all right. So to continue the bit.
We went down to this basement, locked in and beaten with a belt, and there's candles lit, and I down.
Would you just look? I'm sure there's an exit. Find the exit and get out of there.
Find the emergency exit.
There's only one exit right now, and it's the same door that I was brought in, and there's people, and this isn't good, man.
You have a gigantic ass. I'm sure that you could run everybody over. Go ahead and bust your way out.
I'll make you a deal. If I get out of here, I'll call back. But if not, don't, please send the search party. I think I'm in. Okay, I was in.
Do we need to send the FBI or FEMA?
What town are you in?
I was in St. Louis yesterday. I think I'm in. Maybe O'Fallon, Illinois.
Oh,
I don't remember. The alcohol was kind of bad last night.
Ding, 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 ding.
I've been to O'Fallon a few times.
Oh man, that's gonna be. You're in O'Fallon, huh? You think you're in O'Fallon?
I don't know where I'm at. That's the problem. I drank too much last night.
Yeah, I know. But have you seen the picture I put up for the backdrop?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh man, it's got the perfect Rage picture. It says, "Shh, I'm still hungover from last week."
Yeah, shut up about that picture. No one's supposed to know about that picture.
Rage is he's either drunk or hungover. All right, Rage, get out of there. Call us back. Let us know where you're at.
Well, I got one question, though.
What's that?
Is it normal for someone to want to take barbed wire and wrap it around a guy's ball sack?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I really don't think that's normal.
I don't even think that's in the Kama Sutra.
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay, well, then this poor son of a bitch over the next room over who just had been muffled was screaming about something.
Wow.
I think that poor son of a bitch is getting castorized.
Oh,
I think that makes him a Satanist.
Yeah, right.
Not a
Satanist.
Satanist. Not a sadist. A Satanist.
All right, so there is a rewind to that whole line. It was a couple of weeks earlier, and we were talking about sadomasochism and sadists and masochists, and Rage said a Satanist. And it's like, no, sadist. And Rage is like, that's what I said, Satanist. No, sadist. Say it with me, sadist. Yeah, Satanist. Oh, fuck.
And two different things.
Right. And there's just no ending. All right, so this continues.
Hey, now, I know what words I said last time I was on this phone, but this on the other hand, I don't know if it's sadism.
You guys are riding around in the bags right now.
Freakism. I don't know what the fuck.
Now, why are you bringing Freak in on this? What's Freak's? What's the deal with Freak?
I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about these people being a bunch of freaks.
So, all right. So you're basically
Sounds like a sexual version of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Goat head mask.
A goat head mask? Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's like a fucked up version of
Man.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
I don't know. This is like Children of the Corn all over again or something here.
Man, I've seen some freaky shit in my days. Trust me, I've done a lot of acid. I've seen a lot of freaky shit. But this is too fucked up.
This is the Purge, the sexual edition.
Right.
No.
I think you're gonna get your anal cavity purged tonight. I think that's what's getting ready to happen.
Somebody's gonna find your prostate.
No. I think you're gonna get out of here for that.
Do you have a plan? What is your plan?
Grab things and start throwing it at people.
Sounds like there's already a lot of that going on. They might get turned on.
What are you gonna do? You gonna throw your poo at somebody? Try to grab that here? You be like a monkey?
No, I don't have to poop. Right now, I'm actually clenching my butthole because I'm scared.
All right, Rage, come on, find a way out of there.
Okay, there's one door.
Here, we'll stay on here. Find a way out.
Now, if I get disconnected, I'll call you back.
All right, find a way out of there. Come on, let's see it.
Let's just hope he doesn't get trampled.
I wonder if he's got his Fermundas in order so he can get out of there without a stench.
All I can think about is that episode of Jackass the movie with all those dildos flying. That's all I can picture right now.
I think that might be the case he's about to run into.
Oh Lord, no.
Let's just hope they're clean and not dirty.
Actually,
Where you at, Rage?
do you remember that episode of Sons of Anarchy where all the dolls were out and Tig went through and freaked out?
Oh, I remember that.
There's a room like that in this place.
That would creep me out.
Okay.
I just opened the door and I looked out. There's a bunch of dolls.
Wow.
Human-sized dolls.
Human size, my size Barbies. That's
Wow, that's
disturbing.
Are there holes in the dolls?
I don't know. Let me look out this door and I'm going to see. Oh, Lord, help me.
Grab one and put it
I
in your
don't think
room.
I've ever heard Rage this scared.
Grab one and put it in your room. Let it replace you.
Just rage out if somebody gets in your way. That way everybody will hear you.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What the hell am I doing?
It's the timid
There
rage.
should be hazard pay for this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a 20% increase of 0 for hazard pay for this.
How about $5 it in
Oh, fuck
$1.30?
that. No. What I just seen was not kosher.
Get out of there, Rage.
No, I'm keeping behind this door for a minute.
They're coming.
There was a 1 liter. There was a 1 liter pop bottle being inserted into a female in the back way.
Rage, get out of there.
I actually knew a girl like that in high school, but she did beer bottles.
Or Rage, take off your clothes and enjoy the time. I mean, I don't care which. Just do something.
I'm going to try to get out of here, okay? As I said, if I get cut off, I'll call back with a report.
Yeah, you haul ass.
Just run and don't look
Oh, my
back.
God.
Yeah, right? Where you?
Remember this whole thing?
Well, go. You got your chance. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on Mayhem Unleashed, y'all just came out of the saddlebags.
Remember Mayhem's Amigos. Unleashed is the network now.
My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on the Mayhem Network, y'all just came out of the saddlebags.
Well, there you go. God, remember that whole bit?
What bit? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my Austin.
Oh my God! Yeah, Rage in the BDSM basement. He just went Kool-Aid Man and screamed to run out of there.
I don't know. All I know is I stopped, looked at my phone, and said, "Chris, we need you here." So I clicked on the link, put y'all in
because
the
we were
bag.
given the news on Rage.
Okay.
All right, here I'm going to finish this bit.
Oh, man. Rage. We just lost Rage. He goes, ah! And then next thing you know, plump, done. I've never heard Rage scared, dude.
Yeah, that's definitely
That's a new one. Usually Rage is the one freaking people out. And he just, ah!
Usually it's everybody else screaming because of Rage, not Rage
Right,
screaming because
you
of
know.
everyone else.
Rage shows up and they're like, oh my God, look at that ugly fat ass. Rage.
God. That was one of the better ones he ever wrote. It really was. Now, the commentary afterwards, I think I had more fun with that because then I got to just paint the picture of hell. But no, I mean, it was a great bit. So, Chris, to bring you up to speed, Rage has been diagnosed with a high-grade glioma. It's a cancer of the brain, highly aggressive.
Fight that sumbitch.
We even the low survival rate at 5 years is only 40%.
Fight that fucker and live your life, Rage.
So I mean that I got the news Friday from his wife. I've had listeners reach out. I've had a lot of people reach out wanting to know what was going on. Of course, I didn't say anything. I wanted to wait.
That one's for you, Rage. If you can see it.
Yeah, it says fuck cancer.
Good.
I mean that was tough. That was tough to get that news.
That is shitty.
Yep.
And, you know, there's been a lot of stuff that Rage has done over the years. He's done a great job of pissing people off.
Rage, in recent years, I've had a lot of friends come down with cancer. So far, every one of them has kicked its ass. So, being my friend, your odds are pretty fucking good, brother.
Way to go, Steve. How to make it worse. Steve says,
What?
no, colon cancer is shitty.
Well,
The downside is
technically
he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how my grandma died.
But yeah, like I said, this is a cancer of the brain. There are lesions involved as well. They have not diagnosed the lesions. It's not been an easy 48 hours.
Hey, Rage, you remember the movie The Bucket List? You got cancer. I say do whatever the fuck you want.
Rage is going to go all ICP 12 on this, all right? He's going to pick
yeah.
the top 12 people he wants to kill, and 12 people are going to die that night. I know how he works.
Hold on, I gotta make sure I turn my fuel off.
Watch his head go bobbling. But I mean, that's where, you know, like I said, it's been difficult at best to try to keep my spirits up throughout this show today and preparing for this show, because this has not been something that's been very easy to deal with. I am going to go ahead and try to call Rage's wife,
Okay.
and see if we can get an answer. I hope we can, and that way we can get kind of an update on the air. Hopefully he'll be able to talk. And maybe give us a little bit of time here. But I know what they're going through is tough. I mean, being displaced from their home on top of all of this. I mean,
No, send me the link.
I sent the link to Heather's an hour ago.
Oh, well, her phone's on 27. Send it to mine.
Remember, your phone has been compromised.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah. Well, if
You know what
you
I'm
send
thinking?
it to mine.
Well, I don't have your phone number, remember?
520-6140.
Okay, but I do this all over internet, too.
That's the maximum that
All right, well,
and that's how long Steve Jobs lasted. That's what they really keep the longest.
You know, we were actually, I gave the list. You've got a lot of positive prayers coming in. And you've had, you know, everybody's asked quite a few questions. They're showing concern.
well,
I even talked about the man behind the name and how this is one of my best friends and how it's not been easy the last 48 hours. We have now posted the GoFundMe on Mayhem Unleashed Network's page, as well as my personal page, and I believe Adam and Chris are going to share it as well.
there's a GoFundMe. James.
Yeah, we got it out there. We're getting it out there as much as we can.
Thank you.
And we even played your best bit of all time.
The elevator.
The basement.
Oh,
Hi, TJ.
well,
Hi, Skylar. We played the basement and actually broke it down. Like, I actually talked about everything behind the basement.
Look at them things.
I don't know.
Okay. No fucking shit.
I
Me and him
will
were walking.
get on there.
And she was
Soon,
wearing a
okay.
purple fucking.
All right.
hoodie.
Well, like I said, the StreamYard is in Heather's
And
inbox because I knew that yours had been compromised.
Okay, well, I'll get
Because he was
get
like,
to it.
Yeah, throw a cord on hers. We'll be on for a little while yet.
She went on ahead and shared the GoFundMe on my page as well.
I'll be there.
All right. We'll see you here in a little bit then. All right. Well, there you go. So Rage is going to log on.
Okay.
Sweet.
So maybe we should pick a good bit here. I know one that always gets him going. It's one I love. It's one Chris loves. Adam, I think you've heard it a few times, but I know one bit that gets him going every time. Horror movies.
Horror movies or horror movies?
No, they were horror movies. I mean, I can't help it. I can't help it that he wrote down the wrong movies. I got the right ones from what he was telling me to do.
Coyote Ugly.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Deep Throat.
Girls Got Back. Down and Dirty in Steve's Hot Tub.
Roseanne. I missed Sturgis this year, so I got the buffalo chip set up in my front yard.
Fecal Fun Run.
That sounds like a metal band.
And now for the Mayhem house band, Fecal Fun Run.
Definitely a touring band.
Yeah, right.
They gotta keep up them child support payments.
Fecal Fun Run. That's actually a good one.
That sounds like a shitty motorcycle run.
I know, right? Where'd you go this weekend? I went on the Fecal Fun Run. Well, that sounds shitty. That was kind of.
Yep.
That one horse pasture. Adam says he's some strange guy on the corner.
Who's some strange guy on the corner?
Adam.
I can't see the fucking chat or the comments. Here we go.
See, this is why you need to be at your computer.
Well, I got the bike put up now. Battery tender's on. Check, check, check. All right, I'm switching over to the computer. I'll see you guys in a minute.
All right.
See you in a moment.
Fecal Fun Run. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Fecal Fun Run. God. But no, man, I'm telling you, yeah, this is not bad.
Font for that, though.
Huh?
You have to have the right font for that if that's your band name.
Well, I'm sure there would be a lot of brown involved.
It could be.
Their flag would probably be one of Steve's old pair of underwear.
The back of it.
Right.
With the streak. Welcome to the Stanton Fecal Fun Run, everybody.
Oh my God. That's horrible. Hey, that's what we should do.
Screen tip: decent lighting will make you look amazing. There ain't nothing in there about lighting gonna make TJ look amazing.
Look who's talking. You need plastic surgery and then still take a bottle of whiskey afterwards.
Fuck that. Just give her a paper bag.
Not even a Confederate battle flag over your head would make you look good.
No, according to some people, that'd make me look offensive. But you know what? That's if I give a shit.
So
It's
oh man, yeah, we are down in Texas. We are back under heat advisory, but finally I have the AC running again.
I think it's more rare that you guys had a break from a heat advisory.
Dude, I'm actually surprised this year. Like, we did not start breaking into the hundreds until a week ago. Of course, granted, it had to be the week my AC broke down.
Hey, like I told you the other day, man, our ancestors lived for thousands of years without AC. While TJ's is out, I'm going to make up for all that lost time.
Well, fuck that. Now mine's back.
Good. You can find something else to bitch about now.
I haven't been blown in 3 years.
That didn't take long, did it, people?
My old lady needs to get the fuck down here and open her mouth.
Well, it sounds to me like you got blown by your AC.
No, I got
Well, like,
hosed by the
by
AC. I got hosed by the AC.
The hoser from Saskatchewan?
That was a strange brew, eh? Oh, man. No, it is hot enough now that the fridge, of course, has now stopped cooling off food. So I've got everything in.
Okay.
I have everything in the freezer, keeping it cooled down. Steve's got a point. None of us can bitch more than this one.
Sorry.
I think I'll just let him keep that record.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Chris might try to beat it, though.
What happened?
Steve.
Whew. Sucks to be you.
Dude, I want to buy him a hooker.
I tried to go 18 years without sex once. I only made it to 15. Then I found some girl that would give it up in the back of her mom's minivan.
Did you give her the minivan?
Yeah, gave her something.
So you gave her 2 in the front and 5 in the rear?
Did my best.
So I heard from
And it only cost me $20.
Heard from another fan. Wow, that was a cheap hooker.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it.
He got
Steve's
too
got to
excited.
go to the bathroom. We know what he's getting ready to go do.
Yeah. He's got to
Heard
go
from
cut another wall.
Heard from another fan of the show. I heard from Brittany the other day. Or, yeah, actually last night, now that I think about it. Who was having some chemical issues. And because of said chemical issues, which I will put in our private chat, and then you guys can nod and understand. But
Okay, not the chemical I was thinking, but similar.
yeah, very, very severe. Actually ended up sending herself out to California and getting checked into a rehab, and the rehab is actually she told me last night that the rehab is getting ready to send her to a 30-day detox.
Okay.
To help her get over the addiction and help her get her system flushed out.
That's awesome.
Because
ladies and gentlemen, even though I like to claim I'm Chronic Chris and I'm the ultimate enabler, also, if someone feels like they can't handle themselves anymore and need to go to rehab and need to get some help, I'm still an enabler. I'm going to help you get help to help yourself.
Right.
Well, like we said before, recovery's a difficult thing. It's an everyday thing. You just got to keep going. So I wish Brittany the best of luck.
Experience, it gets easier as time goes by. But that first year of not being on anything, it sucks.
I know she says she hates Southern California.
Well, who doesn't?
But I was like, you know what, though? In all honesty, because she can. All she's got to do is go, lift a little shirt, and she's got whatever she wants in Central Illinois. I'm going. It's probably the best place for her right now.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, one of the biggest obstacles of years and years ago, I liked to pop pills. And one of the biggest obstacles was getting rid of all of the people I was hanging out with.
Yeah.
And once you get past that and get past that first year, like I said, I got a bottle of Vicodin that's been sitting on my shelf for a year just because I remember how I was years ago and don't ever want to be that guy again.
You don't want to wind up going back down that road.
Yeah. So nowadays, I'll just smoke a little weed and be happy. I can still keep control of myself for the most part.
What about chronic masturbation?
Well, there's a reason why they call me Chronic Chris. It's not just the weed.
I forgot you're married.
I could say I haven't had sex in 18 years, but I had sex with myself this morning.
Yeah, right. I think Steve is in the process of having sex with himself right now.
He's been in the bathroom for a minute.
I know.
Bedroom.
No.
It didn't say bathroom. It said he needed to go to the bedroom.
Yep. Oh, so he wants a little romantic jerk.
Lay down a couple of rose petals, light an incense stick.
Well, it may not be rose petals. It might be
Oh,
rose
you look
buds.
so beautiful tonight, darling.
Make yourself feel special.
Just wait till you get to the point that one's filing for the divorce and the other one's falling asleep.
Then you have a stranger.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Or you can go all Cartman and put a little lipstick on it.
Fucking Steve. I think he feels better.
Got that back pressure released.
I think he was imagining hands.
It's like, did he have to jerk and insert at the same time to get that big O?
Well, you know what he's going to do is next thing he's going to pop up in the chat room is he was thinking of my hands, which is disturbing.
Well, he has claimed that your hands would be soft.
I don't see how.
I don't know either.
I mean, I've jacked off of my hands, and believe me, they're not soft. I'm that asshole that doesn't have enough time, so I'll rub it out raw, Forget the lube. Let's just get it done.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick moment. Sorry to interrupt, but I want to get this out there real quick because 10 years ago today, one of the funniest people who ever lived took his own life. And I'm going to say today, in honor of Robin Williams, if anyone needs anything, you can find me on Facebook, hit me up on Messenger. My phone is always on. If you need someone to talk to, if you're feeling down, hit me up.
It's like, yes, I would rather speak to you today than to give your eulogy.
Exactly. Yeah, so 10 years ago today, Robin Williams, funniest man ever.
Has it really been 10 years?
Yep. And I saw my memories on Facebook earlier, and I'm like, holy shit, because I actually posted it before the news even released the story.
Now, I'm going to amend that. When it comes to Chris, I'm going to amend that. Chris will talk to anyone to make sure they come off the ledge unless their name is TJ.
No, I talked to TJ too, because like Adam said, like we say, I'd rather talk to you right now, work these problems out, than have to ask why at your eulogy.
Dude, my biggest problem right now is looking at what's going on with Rage, looking at what's going on with my other half, look at what's going on all the way around right now. The only thing I can honestly say that's looking good is I'm getting the hell out of this school and I'm taking a $20,000 a year pay raise to do it.
fuck yeah.
Right? I'm going back to running for FedEx, running line haul, still home every day. I'm taking a pay raise to get the fuck out of there.
Sounds like you can afford a road dog now. I ain't got nothing going on.
You got your wife. She'll be pissed.
I'm getting paid to sit at home. She could sit around and collect a check and still be happy.
But I mean, here's where I'm at. Like, I've got to get this coach put back together. I've got other things I got to get taken care of. Dude, my time is becoming very limited very quickly.
Yes. Speaking of September 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. September 5th. I will not be on Mayhem After Dark.
Okay.
I'm going to be partying it up at a campground in Illinois.
Steve, I'm actually going to be giving up the teaching. I was really thinking about staying on part-time and continuing, but there's a lot of internal stuff that happened that it really pissed me off, actually. And that was kind of where the straw that broke the camel's back. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. So
plus, I've seen a lot of semis with Texas tags doing stupid shit, and I keep blaming TJ.
So, I mean, I'm jumping back in. It's less hours. I'm back to running doubles. And when my other half and her kid gets here, I get to do things like, hey, honey, I'm bringing in a load of Sam's Club and a load of Chewy. And I get one back. Fuck you!
Hey, FedEx got some good shit fall off the truck.
That's right. Man, could you imagine if one of them pups was full of sex toys?
That's one of the trucks on the ICP tour.
I mean, if I didn't know it, and I'm hauling back a pup trailer that's full of nothing but sex toys, and then her oldest son gets assigned to unload it.
Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious.
And then he's got to send it down the line to her to load onto the vans.
And it's really funny when it's one of those companies that don't discreetly package your shit. They just wrap it up in brown paper and some duct tape. So you know
it's a dong.
Yeah.
But that's the way this is going to work is when she gets down here with her son will be working on the unloaders crew and unloading the trailers. And she is on the loading crew, loading up the vans to go back out for delivery. And you got me bringing all the shit into them to make them unload and do their job. She called me an asshole. I said, no, I'm employment security.
Yeah.
If I'm working, then you know you're going to be working.
Job security is nice.
Wouldn't you agree to that?
Yeah.
So she should be happy no matter what the fuck I haul in and grateful and say thank you and then get home and kiss my ass.
I thought I had job security until they sold the company to a bunch of guys from California that want to come try to run a company in Kentucky. Sorry, buddy, this ain't California. It's a totally different ball game out here.
So, I mean, the question really comes up to play now. How much trouble do you think I'm going to be in after she listens to this show tonight?
Good luck getting that mouth open.
I know, right? Well, no, I think it's going to open. But I don't think there's going to be any...
going in.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Nothing's
there's
going in.
There's going to be a wind that's preventing anything from going in.
TJ going to show up on a show randomly with two black eyes.
It was worth it. She does have some big titties. Maybe I'll get the black eyes from there.
Get a good titty punch.
Yeah. Steve, you should be extremely happy because with me taking on this new job, I will be able to listen to every single program that the network you're on does every single day.
Wait, what does Steve do?
Steve's on Morning Disaster Network.
Oh, out of Springfield.
That's right.
Ah, I
So
did not know that.
I will get to make comments about Steve's multiple felonies on the daily.
Now, Steve, are you getting paid for Morning Disaster?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not jealous.
None of us get paid, man. We do it because we love it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I pay.
Uh-oh.
I actually pay to do all this shit.
Uh-oh. Well, so do I.
But I just get paid attention. That's it. That's all I get.
He gets
Steve is very happy that I'm going to give him a lot of attention after I start the new job.
He gets a lot of notoriety just for being some strange guy in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's not the pervert in the corner.
What's up, little ma'am?
Yep.
Little ma'am.
Little
ma'am.
Yep.
What's up, young lady? There we go.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Sorry, my bad. He threw me off with that blue pacifier.
Yeah. They only make them in blue and white.
You tell him.
They don't make the girl stuff anymore? The pink stuff?
Not of this type of binky.
Oh.
It's okay. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, kiddo. Now is the time to fart.
And when you fart, let out a little solid with it, too.
No, that's okay. Here you go. We'll make your picture bigger so you can see.
Got a new computer, a new truck, and a brand new 55-inch TV just for being on the Morning Disaster.
Hey, where are my perks like that? Come on, man.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Let me get a new computer and a new truck. I need a truck. I swear I'm the only motherfucker in
Listen,
Kentucky
I don't even need a new truck. I'm not that fancy and couldn't drive it anyway.
You live in Springfield. What do you need a truck for?
I don't live in Springfield. I live in
No,
Taylor.
I'm talking to Steve there.
Steve, he lives in Williamsville. It's even smaller than Taylorville.
Okay, so what the fuck do you need a truck for?
He got an S10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. Hey, I can toss my bike in the back of an S10 and drive up to Sturgis and then ride around.
It's a little truck to carry a little wiener, micro penis.
It's the 4-banger S10.
Yeah, a little 5-speed.
Yeah, a little 4-popper 5-speed.
Yeah, I had one. I had a little 96 S10. Fucking, I love that thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad truck. I'm just saying it's not really a truck. It's a half-wit.
So, hey, I'll give S10s credit because my brother, he had this big ass cabin cruiser boat that he actually parked in my driveway, and me and my landlord got into an argument one day, and he said something about the boat. I says, "Well, mind your own fucking business." "Well, I want that boat out of my yard." I said, "Well, move your fucking truck and I'll get it out of the yard." "You ain't pulling it with that S10. Get the fuck out of my way." I pulled that boat out of the yard and across town, took it to my brother, said, "Dude, I'm sorry. My landlord's a bitch."
All right, so Steve says it's a 98 with a rebuilt motor.
So they may not look like much, but an S10 can get some shit done.
You give him half a chance, but the 98, that was the newer body. All right, Chris, what's going on?
As much as I want to keep hanging around, I gotta look after this little girl. So I gotta end,
Marcy.
unfortunately. So
I was going to say, Chris, what's happening? All right, Adam, take it easy. Chris,
Yep.
I'm going to turn it over to you for a bit. What is happening on the Asgard side of life?
Oh man, we got all kinds of shit going on. We just did an interview with Allison from Roses Unread. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. We've also been able to interview lately Gabriel in the Apocalypse, Hannon, basically all the bands that have played at Incarceration, all of the second stage bands. We tried to get as many of them to interview as possible. And then I was surprised Allison hit us up wanting to chat about her new video and stuff. So feel free to check it out, folks. It's called Brand New Me. I didn't even have to look it up. I just had to cuss at myself to think about it. Brand New Me from Roses Unread. It's actually our video of the week on the Asgard page. So if you want to check it out over there, yeah, both Asgard and Roses Unread will get the clicks for that. So you can help us all out. Upcoming, wow, we are really close to Rock to Stop 22. Everybody out there, you know, I am a huge supporter of veterans and as well as mental health awareness. So up in Wisconsin at the Camp Minnehaha, hold on. Yeah, Camp, I can't even pronounce it. Camp Minnehaha, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, people, and I'm getting all kinds of Minnehaha campground in Wisconsin. And Left of Reason, The Almas, Revolution X, Solar, Saint Tragedy, Reign of Z, Convoy. Convoy is a huge military support band. So check it out up there in Wisconsin. And they have they are raffling off a boatload of beer. I guess they're going to have a boat that's filled, and it's going to have $500 worth of Busch Light to raffle off. So whether you drink beer or not, I don't care. Still go support the cause. A lot of great sponsors this year, I guess. A lot of great bands this year. And it's a group of veterans and civilians dedicated to bringing awareness and preventing veteran suicide. So check that out up in Wisconsin. Personally, the reason I'm not going to be on Mayhem After Dark on September 5th is because I'm going to be at Full Terror Assault in Cave in Rock, Illinois. And also another kick-ass event with a kick-ass lineup. I believe Deicide. Here we go. Yeah. Misery Index, Cancer, Suffocation, Lividity, Morbid Saint, Bonginator. And the one I'm really excited for is America's Van Halen Experience. It's called Jump. So, yeah. That's Full Terror Assault. And unfortunately, this is the 9th and the final year for it.
Really?
Yes. And it's going to be September 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th at Cave in Rock, Illinois. I'm actually going to be up there on September 3rd because the diehards do a gate crashing party on the way in. So, yeah, if you got time, first week of September next month, grab a ticket and go down and check it out. It's just badass. Me and my friend Steve, my best friend of the last 25 years, we run Camp Scum. And it's just an awesome event. Lots of cool ass bands, lots of great food vendors, couple of different competitions. I got in on the Carlton dance last year and on a gravy chug. Both good times, great times. but also how they do pub crawls on the first day, opening day. They do the
Right.
campsite crawl. So there's Camp Queer for Beer, there's Camp Cheeseheads. Like I said, me and Steve, we're going to be Camp Scum. So if you get a chance, look it up right now. Get your tickets now because it's happening very soon. We're less than a month away. Full terror assault in Cave and Rock, Illinois. Adam, I'll be more specific for you. So the Gravy Chug, it was one of them little shooter bottles of Fireball, and then a red Solo cup of white gravy, a red Solo cup of brown gravy, and then a Coors Light chaser. Now, the first person to do all those, chugs all those, wins for that competition. And then the side competition was the first person to puke. Now, personally, I have a stomach like a rock, so it's very difficult to make me puke. But I had a bottle of Malort stashed under the table, so when I
you cheating fucker!
So when I finished that last drop of Coors Light, I picked up the bottle of Malort and started chugging until it came back up. Unfortunately, I was the second puker.
You should have been disqualified. Or use piss warm old style.
Honestly, dude, a couple weeks ago when I was up in Illinois, I sat down at the bar at the Stumble Inn in Godley.
Yeah.
And they asked me what I wanted, and I was debating on a Crown and Coke, and my buddy, he wants an old style. And the bartender, not really paying attention, put an old style in front of me. And for some weird reason, maybe just because it's been that long, that old style was one of the best things I tasted in quite some time.
Damn. Must have been ice fucking cold, too.
It was. And I mean, I was sitting there with my best friend, Steve. He's been my best friend for 25 years now. If it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't do Asgard Radio.
So I do have an announcement out of Pekin, Illinois. This is the way the Facebook post reads. Okay. After many months of going back and forth on this decision, the owner has decided to close the Twisted Spoke Saloon after 15 years.
Oh.
This Saturday, August 17th, will be the last day of business. Rockstar Karaoke from 9 to 1 featuring Tom Kramer will be the last debauchery, along with one lucky person winning the final $500 gift certificate to Big Top Tattoos. Starting today until the close of Saturday, they have the following: $3 you-call-its on everything, $7 food baskets, $7 appetizers, $15 shirts, hoodies, and zipper jackets. All this while supplies last.
So now I understand you got merch to unload, but now people are going to be walking around wearing shirts, basically a billboard for a bar that no longer exists.
I've got one of the zipper jackets.
And granted, that sucks. That bar is awesome.
I've got one of the zipper jackets. He says, he's always been a firm believer that when running a bar or restaurant, that you have to be hands-on, and he hasn't been for about the last 2.5 years. And the more he thought about it, the more he realized he didn't want to go back to that life. And let's face it, bar owner, restaurant owner is a different life.
But also, as far as like biker bars in Illinois, there's maybe 24 that are basically, we don't care what you ride, come drink with us.
Right.
And they were one of them.
Twisted Spoke was one of them.
Especially down in Southern Illinois, there's a lot of bars that are specific to brand.
Right.
They're not run by clubs, but they're just specific to brand.
And that brand is generally Harley.
Generally Harley or Indian, but they do have Suzuki bars and Honda bars for the crotch rocket.
All right. So he says, times have changed, people changed, the world has definitely changed. No denying that. And he knows that he's changed. You learn from every success, failure, relationship, good times, bad times, etc. And he says, I will always remember the good times I had, the relationships I established, and even the bridges I burned. All in all, I can honestly say that the Twisted Spoke Saloon did some really cool things that were never done before and are still talked about today. Who would have ever thought that the little bar next to the railroad tracks on Derby Street would have had some of the talent it had rock out on that stage?
Oh, yeah, Jackal's played there many times.
The end of an era.
That fucking sucks.
What
But
sucks for me is I can't get back up there.
But also, and I could say, there's kind of with the younger generation growing up and shit, there has kind of been a shift in motorcycle culture.
There really has. It's not the culture I grew up on.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'll be honest, Adam. I don't think Dan is going to sell it. I think he's under the belief it's time to let it go. Twisty's had 15 years.
Well, it's also one of those buildings that there ain't much a new owner can do with it, except for keep it some kind of bar.
Right. I mean, it is literally right on the railroad tracks.
Yep.
Train comes through you and you're on the bike, you might as well go have another drink because you ain't getting out of there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a different atmosphere. But the other thing is the building's starting to come out of code. And to get it back into code is going to cost thousands.
Yeah, it does need some
massive upgrades.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got some good memories in there. Seen a lot of good talent come through there. Stumbled out of there quite a few times and crawled onto a motorcycle and rode it home. But
like I said, I know I've seen Jacko there 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. To see Twisted go. I mean, your major biker bars that are in Illinois, and I'm going to say biker, not necessarily getting into everything else, but definitely biker, is Poopies, Psycho Silo,
yep.
Twisted Spoke.
That's 3.
And that's down in St. Louis. Down in East St. Louis. Fast Eddie's.
That's 4. There's 2 more.
Well, which ones are you counting?
As far as biker friendly, no matter what you ride.
Yep.
I'm also counting Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood, Illinois.
See, I was counting Top Fuel as more of any type of motor bar.
Pretty much, but they have reserved for motorcycles. And like I said, Freak don't care what you ride. As long as you want to go for a ride, he'll go for a ride with you.
And the final one?
Sauget.
Up in Chicago?
No, in Sauget. Fuck. Give me 2 minutes.
I'm drawing a blank.
Sauge, Sauget, Illinois. It's just outside of St. Louis. What did you say in East St. Louis?
I was saying Fast Eddie's.
That's in Sauget.
Okay, well, it's outside of St. Louis. I count it.
Sauget is right next to East St. Louis. And
Yeah.
Fast Eddie's is right on the line. So me and TJ were thinking of the same bar, just
We're right on the line.
yeah.
But I always thought of it as East St. Louis because it's right there.
Right. Well,
But yeah,
Sauget is a very weird, like East St. Louis wraps almost around Sauget. And Sauget
Right.
is just this really tiny little strip. But it was the first place you could ever get a Krispy Kreme cheeseburger.
true. So you're the one I didn't count because Freak broadcasts from a Mac for fuck's sake.
Right.
I'm like,
And there's always a Harley parked in the bar, but you know, he supports Indian, he supports Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha. You know,
but
as
you get
long
what
as
I'm saying.
Huh?
You get what I'm saying is I was like, the way he's set up, it's hard for me to say that is wrapped around the bikes, like Fast Eddie's, Poopies, Psycho Silo, Twisted Spoke. Those
Right.
four were all about the bikers.
But you also got to remember also Top Fuel is the church for the nameless few. And the Knights of the Innocents, which are two clubs that I personally support and give all the props to because they are two abuse awareness clubs. And they're fucking awesome with what they do.
Well, as much as he said he was going to be on,
no rage.
No rage tonight. We got to talk to him for a little bit. So have you got any final thoughts tonight?
Final thoughts? Honestly, well, yeah, I always got some final thoughts, man. I'll tell you what, because I had a kick-ass weekend. Yesterday, me and my wife, we went to the shooting range, a place called Gun Monkey. And the road we went down, it literally felt like it turned into a four-wheeler trail.
Nice.
But the sign kept pointing, Gun Monkey Firearms this way. So we kept going. And then eventually we got there. And the place was fucking awesome. If you're ever in Kentucky, have your firearm with you. I highly recommend checking out Gun Monkey. It's a range and it's a store. And he's got all your surplus you need too.
There you go.
And then after that, my wife said she didn't want to come home. And we're in this little shithole town called Crofton, Kentucky.
All
Literally nothing there but a restaurant and some train tracks. And the restaurant was literally right. I could walk out the back door, whip out my wiener, and probably hit the train. But
damn.
After that, I looked around and I saw there was the Pennyroyal State Forest that had a lodge and cabins. And it was pretty fucking awesome. Me and my wife went over there. We got a room at the lodge. We went and swam at the beach. Well, I swam at the beach. I had a blast. I'm definitely going to go back there again. I highly recommend it. And it was an awesome weekend with the wife.
Well, there you go.
As far as final thoughts, you know me, people. Support live music. Support independent music. If a band's playing at a bar, go check it out. Also, remember, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling upset about something, and your name is not TJ, feel free to hit me up. Give me a call. Send me a message. I will answer my phone, and I will talk to you through whatever situation you may be going through in life. I can do my best to try to help you out. Because, like I say, I'd rather, and Adam, I'd rather talk to you to now about what's going on than ask why at your eulogy. Why didn't you call me? Why did you do, and as always, Adam, final thoughts. That's great there. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep Rage in your hearts, in your thoughts, in your prayers. If you're a prayer, he can use all the support and good juju we can send his way. That being said, I love you guys.
So Adam's final thoughts tonight, as Chris touched on, thoughts and prayers with Rage and his family. We look forward to all the days we have with Rage and all the mayhem because of it. As we all understand, kind of a tough pill to swallow with everything that's going on with the man. But if I know that stubborn jackass, we're going to get as much time as he can deliver. And I'm still trying to talk him into going chasing a tornado again. I just want him to piss himself one more time in the back seat.
Let's do it.
This has been this week's edition of Mayhem and Amigos. Chris, our chronic representative from Asgard Radio. Adam, the great Marvin, Rage and his loved ones, the luxurious Irene, and of course, I am TJ, your host. Thank you for tuning in this week. I'm sorry that we had such a somber start. We hope we picked it up for you. We will be back to regular antics Thursday night for Amigos After Dark, and back here again next Sunday for another edition of Mayhem's Amigos. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and listening. Good night.